Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, your master of martial arts mayhem, X7, who is also the host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters, as you can see. Today it is Shaolin Saturday, and we are about to talk about a movie. A movie that has nothing to do with Shaolin at all, really. I mean, it's got kung fu in it, it's got ninjutsu in it, and some karate, mostly ninjutsu and kung fu. But it doesn't mention Shaolin one bit, except for there is a pagoda or temple or something in China. But it is Ninja in the Dragon's Den, the 1982 movie, the first directorial debut of Corey Yen, who has done many, many, many things. I think it's Corey Yen Kwai, if you really want, because Yen Kwai is the name he went by, one of the seven fortunes, who's also directed many, many other movies and written them and all sorts of fun stuff. This was released on June 24th, 1982 in Hong Kong and made Hong Kong $7.5 million. I would think that was a success in 1982. One would hope, because it's a pretty great movie. It was released by Seasonal Film Corporation, which was produced by Ng Sien and starring Conan Lee, Hiroyuki Sanada, Wang Jiang Li, Kwan Young Moon, Tai Bo, Tai Bo, yes. Kaname Tsushima, pardon me. And that's about it. Wang Ping Ao, yeah, nobody else really gets highlighted there. We know Hiroshi Tanaka, well, that's the other Japanese. But it was released by Seasonal Film Corporation and produced by Ng Si-wen. Yeah, we got all this here. And there's a bunch of ninja. And that song at the beginning. There it is. Let's listen to a little more of that. So yeah, that's in English. I mean, it's the same in English as it is in the Chinese and the Cantonese or the Japanese dub. So go figure. So right away we're introduced to Hiroyuki Sanada as Genbu or Genbu, depending on what the subtitles say. But before we get too far into this, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell if you want to see new content every day. Also, if you could please watch for a couple more minutes, we'd really appreciate it. And grab yourself a big old bowl of hummus of perfection, your favorite delivery method. And we'll say one more thing here. I downloaded this from the Internet Archive. It's a great copy. I highly recommend it. It's free. And you should really support the Internet Archive. It does a great job. Interestingly enough, whenever the subtitles, I listened to it in English because I was doing my other job. I can't tell you what it is. It's classified. But when the subtitles come up, it goes from a widescreen presentation like we see here to a shrunk one. I don't know why that is, but that's how it goes. So right there, we've met Genbu and his wife. That's his wife Akane, played by Kaname Tsushima. She doesn't have a link, so he's off to China. That's the Association of Ninja. I believe they're the Hattori Ninja or something. I don't know which one it is. They're hunting down Genbu because he's just wantonly killing all sorts of samurai and government officials because he's mad at all of them and is going to China now. And they do the whole, we're going to China. They animate the little thing as they go, which is, very old school, I think. And next we meet Sun Jing. I think he's called Sam or something in the dub. I don't know why they had to give him English names. Is Sun Jing that hard to remember? That's Conan Lee. And Conan there, this was his first movie. He's very much a Jackie clone in this. I think he's a pretty decent actor. It's hard to tell with him being dubbed. He was also in Eliminators and an uncredited Chang Sing member in Big Trouble in Little China and in Tiger on the Beat and Tiger on the Beat 2, Aces Go Places 5, Lethal Weapon 4, and let's see, Falcon Crest of all things, MacGyver, and last and most recently Numbers in 2009. So very beefy young man. He does a good job. I don't know. Let's see. He was trained in his father's self-defense methods, grew up in Queens. So I'm sure his English was fine with an accent. He trained in a wide variety of both Western and Chinese martial arts, boxing, kung fu, just generic kung fu, taekwondo, and karate. Looks like he excelled in northern styles, northern Shaolin and Wing Chun styles, and created his own called Realistic Fist. Right. So here's he's yelling his lecherous assistant, who is, that's the Taibo, who's Chi, called Charlie the whole time. That's his assistant there. They're going into town to look at some stuff, and he's the comedy relief, but he has a problem with wanting to see naked women, lots of them. Our first fight scene is right here where they battle various. Let's see if we got any more music. Shaka Ninja. The song is great. Right out of, I mean, it's right out of the late 70s, but it's all right. So there's a fight on stilts. And he's saying he's crippled because he got one of his stilts broken. But amazingly, so there's got to be some wire work going on here just to keep them from killing themselves and each other. Conan there shows up as the Monkey King. And this fight is, I mean, this movie is full of fights. So it's, but it's also got some nice, Corey Yuen Kwai shows that he's a great director because he knows how to space things apart so that you don't get inundated with fight after fight after fight. So you have a nice breather. There they are. He gets a boot, and that's it. So here's his master, who is the Hiroshi Tanaka Fukasa Uncle Fu, and he's very important. He's from Japan, but he's living in China as a mirror maker. And there's a lot of these shots like this. So he's doing some little inventive stuff. I really like it. It's quite good. We do find out just who he is later on. But there is Conan doing one-arm push-ups, and he's doing them. Doom, 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 doom. While he's studying a manual, and how he's giving Taibo Chi, or Charlie, take your pick, some advice. So you can see how it goes from the widescreen shot here to the not so widescreen shot. I don't know why I did that. It's weird. I've never had anything do that before. Now we get the first fake magician, and of course he gets beat up by Conan. Hiroyuki Sanada's in there, and Conan's helping him out accidentally. They don't know each other yet. At first, they don't understand each other because Sanada-san is playing. Oh, I didn't even tell you. Well, we haven't got to. Sanada, of course, was a member of the JAC, the Japan Action Club. I don't know if he trained. Let's see. Yeah, protege of actor Sanichiba Shinichi, black belt in Kyokushin Karate. He probably has unagi. There you go, Lilith. You won't watch it, but it's okay. He's been in all over the place here. The Last Samurai, Rush Hour 3. He's been in the Avenger. He was in Endgame and in Hawkeye. Just all over the place. And he's great. He's he started in 1966, but his first he was in Key Hunter for 3 episodes, and then finally in A Message from Space: Galactic Wars, the much better sequel to the movie, which is not bad. I don't know if he has Hayatogen Maboroshi. You can buy it on Blu Ray, and I highly recommend it. Let me look and see if he's in that movie. He was in GI Samurai. He was in Message from Space, and he was in GI Samurai. Made lots of movies. Just been in everything. I mean, and he's finally getting his due over here. I don't know who this guy is, but this is the God Skills Society. So that's important to keep in mind because they are going to show up. Thousands of members, but they're liars. So, don't believe anything they say. And now Sanada-san is going after, or Jinbu is going after the man he thinks killed his father, and his loving wife is saying, "Be careful." She doesn't like him being a ninja because she doesn't know if he'll ever come back. It's like he's a cop. Now, these ninja are allegedly honorable. As we know, ninja were the lowest caste of society because they would do whatever they were paid to do. So keep that in mind. I mean, he's confronted Uncle Fu, who is they fight uh, in his place, and he doesn't know who he is because he can't see his face. So here we go. I mean, it's another good battle. Once again, wireworks used a bit here and there to keep them from, falling under rocks because this is an outside set, and the sets are great. It's really well shot. Yen Kwai really deserves. Oh, damn it! Oh, never mind. I clicked the wrong button there. There we go. Let's get back to the right page. It was filmed in both Japan and China. I'm assuming mostly in China since it was shot there. I mean, that's who released it. The music is by Chao Fu Lang and Tang Sulam. Let's see. Anything else there? No, it runs 95 minutes. And obviously, I'm sure it was released in Japan since they dubbed it into Japanese and into English because they wanted to export it. It's well dubbed too. I mean, the actors are quite good. I don't know. Naturally, they don't say who dubbed it in English. It's got a good review. It's only been released on DVD in the United Kingdom and Region 2, which is sad because you'd think Arrow or somebody would have pulled this one up, and I'd probably buy it. Nice explosion there, and then they fight as ninja, actual ninja weapons, not these Ninja Turtle stuff. Who not all of the sai and the nunchaku were not ninja weapons, but the sword and the pole were because everyone could use a staff. Finally, Conan shows up and rescues his uncle. I don't know how he figured out which one was which since they both look alike. There's Sanada-san, and a nice shot. They're fighting in shadows. Shadow is used a lot here. Uh, Now, none of the ninja skill. I mean, it's all. I mean, I'm sure he used karate because that's what he was trained in. Sanada, but it's really Conan Lee does a really good job here. I mean, and of course, Sonata's just wonderful. Traps him in. Now, this is at Conan's place, and he's trapped him in a bird cage, a giant bird cage, and then turned him into Sparkle Ninja so he could see him, and so he wouldn't be able to blend into the background in his black suit. And runs out. Of course, Conan follows him and then meets his wife, who he finds out is nice. They set him on fire. The ninja, of course, and whatever he set him on fire with is very flammable. But just like the shot here, uh, and Akane gets sick, so Genbu goes to get medicine for her, and of course Chi realizes who he is and tries to poison him with rat poison, but that backfires on him because he takes him with him and yeah, captures him and knew what he was doing the whole time. Uh, Uncle Fu gives Conan one of these, and you know where this is going. Super obvious. See, there he is. He knows what's happening. Cures his wife, gives her the medicine, and then tells him to stay out of his way. He's got no problem with him. So he goes off to confront Uncle Fu or Fukasa. Is that what did I say? Or I think it said Fukada in the subtitles, but he calls him Sanchiro. So they have a fight, but he finally look at this. That's Sanada-san doing the splits and holding himself up that way. Yeah, he deserves all the credit and everything that he got. So they think that they've killed Akane, but she uses the same trick that they used on Jinbo earlier with the fake head and the dummy, which is a ninja trick. So he's also Chi is all happy, and here we go. Look at this beautiful shot once again, and they've given the two characters. The old master is now in the ninja gear, and Sanada-san is in the regular, so you can tell them apart. See, now he tells them the true story of what happened. Here's the battle his dad got killed in. Uncle Fu has taken poison to kill himself, to die honorably, but the pain is so great that he has Jinbo stab him and kill him honorably. Naturally, this leads to a misunderstanding. It's like the whole Barney Fife thing. So these two get to fight each other finally, which is a great fight inside the pagoda or temple of Sunjing. And he uses the no-inch punch there, Wing Chun from Jackie Chan, not Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee. That other guy, Bruce Lee, I think he made a couple of great movies. And it just goes on. He uses a little ninja trick where he fades into the background with his cape, which is that's an obvious double exposure, but it's all right. It works. And he has the black one too, but they figure it out. Boot to the head. And Genbu doesn't want to fight him. He's like, no, you're the master. I didn't kill him. He told me to, he wanted me. It was a mercy killing. I don't want to do that. Right. But the fight's great. I mean, they use all kinds of things. It's enhanced by a bit of undercranking, yeah, to make it look faster. Didn't really need it because these two are great. And then there's some wire work, but nothing, that the 90s turned into, where everyone was flying about and doing stances and chi blasts or ki blasts if you're in Japan. But yeah, he's definitely in the Jackie Chan mold here. I mean, so much so. There are Jackie clones, not as many as the Bruce clones, but there are. Maybe Blake. Somebody should do an article about it, Blake. That's Blake Matthews, who does great work. And you can purchase his martial arts movie almanac on Amazon. And now Sanada-san shows him a snake style because he knows some Chinese kung fu. We don't know what kind, and he's trying to talk some sense into him. Finally, they beat the crap out of each other. They see their dumb little wooden Buddhas or whatever, jade Buddhas maybe. It doesn't really say. And then the God Skills clan shows up, and there's lots of them. There's some profanity in here, and there's some, juvenile comedy, which does come into play here at the end of the movie, so it's more acceptable, especially because Chi is lecherous and, apparently doesn't ever meet women, and neither does Sun Jing, the father of the phony magician. So they gear up, and look at that shot. I have every reason to believe that probably really was Sanada-san jumping off the top of the temple there. They were a great team. They had great chemistry together. I think that if Seasonal had thought this through, sequels, they could have been a buddy team and gone back to Japan. They could have gone to America, gone to Europe, and just had fun. Been a comedy action team. They really didn't do a lot of sequels, martial arts movies in this time frame, but they could have. These two were great together. Were great together. So they're building their temple, and there he is, Huang Jiangli, the super kicker, star of the villain of Snake and the Eagle Shadow and Drunken Master and so many things. He was a ninth Dan grandmaster in Tang Soo Do and Taekwondo, which is why those kicks look amazing. He was also a martial arts instructor for the Korean military when everyone was in Vietnam. So his first role was Secret Rivals in 1976 as Silver Fox, and he apparently made that role famous. You can see him in Hell's Windstaff, which I highly recommend as well. Just yeah, he's great. I mean, he's one of the best villains ever. I don't know. Did he ever play a heroic role? Because he could have. I mean, once you love the heel, you want to cheer for it. You start wanting to cheer for him, and that's when they become a good guy. See, messing with my magic. The real weapon did not stop this gentleman, except that the katana that Genbu wields chops his leg off. 'Tis a flesh wound. He is dressed in black, and then he falls over dead because of shock, I guess. Oops, stop. I don't know how that happens. Let's go back here a bit. Yeah. There you go. I'm sorry. There we go. So then Genbu gets to have his way fight against uh, some guy presenting as a Shaolin monk, chops his ear off, and then finally they challenge the magician. That's all the credit he's given. And let's see, I'll kill you. So he gets to dress in red, so that you have a guy in black, and I don't know what is that, peach that Sun Jing is wearing. But you can tell them apart. And he puts up a great fight, but he's really against two of these guys, and it's really hard once again to get clear action shots. This is not a Blu Ray. I mean, come on, Arrow Films. I'm looking at you, Arrow Video. Let's get this out on Blu Ray with extras. You could still talk to probably all of them. So here's where the lecherous, they show him pictures of a picture of a naked woman. He's got this bowling ball he uses is deadly, throws it at him and it bounces back. Unfortunately, Genbu catches it and puts a ninja blast on it and it blows up in his face. Oops, diddle. And they still have to beat him up some more. And finally, his wife Akane and Chi show up, and Sun Jing opens her shirt up just a bit, and the side of her almost breast, you don't see anything, zaps him. There's our special effect, which is really a nice little bit of rotoscoping animation there. And then they get to beat him up. Genbu throws two darts into his head and his chin. Ugh. This is about as gruesome as it gets. There's no real blood in here. I mean, it's a very family-oriented movie, except for I think there's a bit of nakedity in the very first part, but that's over quickly. That could have been edited out for a family movie. And in Asia, it's not such a big deal. And then Chi there makes a comment about the perfect defense is a woman's breasts, and they give him a boot to the head. The end. So, fun movie, action-packed from start to finish, enough pathos, and you get to find out about everything. And it's probably, it's hard to say. I don't think it's the best ninja movie, martial arts ninja movie from China. Now, I haven't seen many from Japan. I've seen several from the States. Those are not always very good. And, of course, Taiwan didn't, we'll just not talk about them. They're like the Scrappy Doo of ninja movies. I don't know if I think I'd still put it behind Chinese 5-element ninja, Chinese super ninjas, if you want to be incorrect. But Heroes of the East, that one's a tough one because there's not a lot of ninja in Heroes of the East, but it's really good too. So, the top three, easily the top three ninja movies from China. All right, and we didn't listen to much more of Shaka Zulu or Shaka Ninja. But that has our, so I don't know what we'll do next week. We'll try a different, we'll find something. I've got some others, maybe a more current one. It does have a little connection to Shaolin. I've got an idea and a disc, so we can watch it. But Until our next assignment, don't trust people who say they're magicians and pretend they're real. This is X7 signing off until that next assignment.
Along the coast, no sound is heard. When a man takes flight, move through the night without a word. And though he wasn't there, we can't be sure that he was there. And like you blown your head. Pretty sure he's there. So listen to the children and I'll take you of the legend of the meantime. They're the men of the night who move in the night and say, Shaka